Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. We're back together here with another video, and I can't believe it. But actually, I should believe it because China is run by who? Communists, right?
Communists.
Communists, right? Yeah. We are, what? Pretty much 3 years into the coronavirus,
Yes.
which came from where?
China.
It came from China.
Yes.
And 3 years in, now we both had the virus like 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty much a cold for us.
Mm-hmm.
China now has did something I find to be completely repugnant. Look here on Breitbart. Shanghai Disneyland abruptly shuts down over coronavirus, traps guests inside park. I got to say one thing. I am proud to live in the free state of Texas. Mm-hmm. I do not want to be in communist China. Mm-hmm. You know, this is crazy. They trap the guests inside.
Yeah.
My goodness. This is crazy. Oh, boy. Let's read this. Shanghai's Disneyland resort abruptly shut down on Monday over the Chinese coronavirus, leaving guests trapped. I think they meant to actually say leaving guests trapped inside the theme park. The resort broke the news of its immediate close at 11:39 a.m. local time Monday, according to a report by the New York Post. In addition to the main theme park, the shutdown also included surrounding areas and a shopping street. This is crazy right here. Meanwhile, guests were told to stay inside the park until they test negative for the coronavirus. They wouldn't even let them leave.
That is.
What do you say?
I mean, that is crazy. I mean, like the coronavirus is nothing real more than a common cold, but for them, it seems like.
And these people are outside and they trap them in the park. The virus really doesn't spread outside.
No, plus they are wearing a mask, which is.
Yeah.
You know.
The little blue mask at that. Not an N95, a blue mask. Quote, the following pandemic control measures per government guidelines, Shanghai Disneyland temporarily closed today, a Disney spokesperson told the New York Post. The COVID testing process was expedited and all guests had exited the park. A representative later said that all guests tested negative for the virus. So these people didn't even have the virus. They didn't have the virus and they trapped them inside of the park.
Okay. I'm just wondering, like, what is their motive that they continue to, have a lockdown and.
One thing.
I mean,
power and control. We're dealing with communists here. Power and control. It's all about compliance. Why in the world would you lock people inside a theme park and not let them leave until they test negative? Look here, it says, moreover, the park reportedly added that guests who visited the theme park since Thursday would need to test for the coronavirus 3 times in 3 days. Guests must also undergo temperature checks, socially distance themselves from others, and wear masks inside and outside, except while eating or drinking. Now, that's one of the dumbest things we did over here.
Mm-hmm.
Why in the world do you have to go into a restaurant with a mask on, but as soon as you sit down and eat, you could take it off? It's like the virus ain't going to spread then. I found that to be one of the dumbest things.
I was wondering if China, the lab, are they still developing a virus, another kind of virus?
They're doing that. They're doing that stuff out there. It's crazy.
Maybe that's why they need a lockdown again.
I don't know. This is nothing more than about control. Meanwhile, Disney said that guests affected by the incident will be able to either choose a new date to visit the park up to 6 months from the day the park reopens or be refunded. This is not the first time Shanghai Disneyland is closed over the Wuhan virus since reopening in spring of 2020. Earlier this year, the theme park stayed closed for nearly 2 weeks after shuttering its doors due to a surge in infections of the coronavirus in the region. Last fall, Shanghai Disneyland temporarily closed as tens of thousands of guests already inside the park were tested for the Chinese virus. I just don't get this. I really don't get this. 3 years in, I think it's safe to say the virus is not going anywhere.
No, did Dr. Fauci said again to, wearing a mask again or something like that? Here.
I don't think Fauci said that, but it doesn't matter because Dr. Fauci has caught the virus, I believe, 2 times. Joe Biden has caught it 2 times. And these guys got like 4 jabs.
Yeah, and he recommended to wear a mask again or something?
Fauci always says something.
No, Biden. Did he?
Biden ain't wearing a mask. No. He's not wearing a mask. So, thing is, it's election time. You got to remember that. You start pushing masks on people.
One sec. I didn't get that.
Well, they're getting blown out anyway. So,
yeah.
I think that was serious. So, just ignore that. Anyway, back to this theme park here. I can't believe they actually locked these people in. That's just dumb at this point.
Yeah, it's all about political.
I'm willing to bet everybody has been exposed to this thing. And this time of the year right now, here when it gets cool, the fall months is when virus cases seem to actually go up.
Mm-hmm.
You better just learn how to deal with this cold and flu season right now. Me and you, we can easily get the cold and the flu. And we're going to be okay. The survival rate of this virus is 99%. Over 99% of people that get this are going to be okay. That's the same rate as the flu. 99% of people that get the flu, they're going to be okay. That's like over 100,000 people a year that die of the flu.
Mm-hmm.
And the communist Chinese doing this to people, locking them up like that. But you know what? There's people right here in our government that want that same thing. They want communism. They want us to be like communist China. They want to control our lives. These people need to be put out of office. This should be a wake-up call for a whole bunch of people. I mean, would you want to live under a government that does this?
No.
Because you know that the theme park, they probably got their orders from Beijing to lock those people in there. I mean, what is China going to do, 3 years from now when the virus is still here? You know that viruses don't go away. I mean, you still got viruses out there. I mean, there's actual real vaccinations out there, but they still exist. And you even got quote unquote scientists out there trying to develop more deadly strains of this virus, even out here in the United States. This is crazy.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering what is their motive behind, controlling the people over this virus. I mean,
well, they're communists. Communism is about control. They're Marxist-Leninists. It's about control. You're not supposed to ask questions. You're just supposed to do as you're told. That's the way communists think. This has nothing to do with science. It's all about control. And does it even say how it even came about that there was some type of an outbreak? I don't think they even mentioned it here.
They didn't even mention
it. But the thing is, nobody tested positive. Nobody tested positive, and they still locked them in. None of them did. You can see here, this is the picture of the CCP's henchmen right there. Security guards keep order at Shanghai Disney Resort This is just a few days ago in Shanghai. So I guess they weren't going to let anybody out. Nobody was going to break that line. And that you can see the picture above it. They got a barricade right there. They're closed, but also they lock people in. That's scary, man.
But wait, you say yeah.
What?
Okay, so the shopping street and the surrounding areas also shut
Yeah,
down.
they shut them down too.
So no business.
No business.
So
It's all about power and control, nothing more.
I guess
control.
they don't really care about like people have to eat.
Maybe they fed them. I don't know. I mean, they're inside the theme park, so you would actually think they had food in there.
Yeah,
but the thing
people
is,
still have to do business.
Imagine this. Imagine if that was here. American citizens, hey, we're locking you in the park because there's a virus outbreak. You guys can't go home. We're not going to allow you to go home. And by the way, you're going to test negative before we let you leave or something like that.
Yeah, how will you feel about that?
That'll be violating our human rights over here.
Yeah.
That'll be violating our constitutional rights. Our government over here doesn't have that kind of authority. But when you allow communists in power, this is what happens.
Well, that's why, like here, the Democrat want to get rid of the U.S. Constitution.
Yeah, they hate the Constitution. That's why we call them socialist Democrats. I mean, a lot of communists over there. Those progressives, they're communists. This is the same thing they want power and control. Power and control. Bend the knee. Do what we say. I don't like that at all. I despise communism. I hate it. I hate it. But I think that's going to wrap it up. I don't have anything else to say on this, do you? This is disturbing.
Yes.
You know, you bring your family out there, Disneyland, and then bam, they lock you in over the virus. Wow. Well, guys, it's going to wrap it up. Crazy story here. We'll be back on Friday with, I'm pretty sure, another crazy story. That's pretty much all we talk about is crazy stories here. So,
yeah.
You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll see you on Friday.
Goodbye.